Are you ready for me to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Get as close as possible to the mic. That's good, like that, just.
Okay. The Finkelstein Library is devastated by the terrible tragedy that has taken one of our own. We lost son. I'm sorry. We lost Sandra Wilson, our security guard, in a terrible act of violence yesterday. We are absolutely heartbroken, and our hearts go out to her family. We will have crisis counselors on hand for the staff during this difficult time, starting tomorrow at 9 a.m. We ask you to keep her family and her Finkelstein Library family in your thoughts. The library is dedicated to continuing the highest level of service to our patrons and ensuring the safety of our patrons and staff. We would like to thank the first responders and the heroic actions of the patrons who rushed to help. We will reopen to the public on February 24th, on Monday. I just want to tell you a little bit about what Sandra meant to us. Sandra started at the library in 2011 as a substitute clerk and worked her way up. More important, though, than her dedication and her abilities was her friendliness, the smile and the greeting that she had for everybody, her honesty and her integrity. She will be so, so missed.
And we have Danae Alexander, the chair of the board of the Finkelstein Library.
Well, as already stated by our director, Sandra was very dear to our heart. We love her. And on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I would like to extend our sincere condolences to the family. And of course, this director already said it already, but I don't think that we can say it enough. Sandra was a wonderful employee, a friend to all, and a caring and loving person. As was already stated, the assailant was 25 years old. He was physically restrained by a heroic teenager, male. We also are grateful to all the other patrons who assisted in making sure that the perpetrator was captured and no one else was hurt. The library will continue to do everything within its power to assist and support our staff and patrons during this difficult time. We ask everyone here to please continue to lift Sandra's family and our staff in your prayers. Thank you very much.
And we're fortunate to be joined by Sandra's brothers and her nephew. And they're here. They just wanted to share a few words about how wonderful Sandra was to them and to our entire community.
First of all, let me say thank you for the love and support that you've shown my sister. She often communicated how much she loved working here, or working with the staff and the people around her. She often communicated there was different diversity that came to the library, and everybody had their own ways and personalities, but she was able to deal with them. Never turn anybody back, always try to help people out. We hope that we can learn from this incident and maybe do some things within ourselves to protect the other patrons in the library, such as maybe add some metal detectors and, you know, screen people to make sure that, you know, they don't have any objects that can harm people. She really, really, truly, truly will be missed. She was a great mother. She was an awesome sister. She was a great daughter. So many great times with my little sister. And I know she was here to do her job. No matter what, she would do her job to her fullest capability. I'm pretty sure if she needed help, she would have asked somebody. I want to thank the gentleman that did run to her aid immediately. I wasn't here, but I was told that the first time she screamed, he went into action and he tried to tackle the guy, one guy, and another guy tried to fend him off with a chair. They should be recognized as well. It was such a heroic thing that they did. They didn't have to, they risked their lives. They could have gotten, you know, hurt too. But I'd just like to say thank you all. Continue to be a part of our family. Don't think just because Sandra's not here that, you know, we're not here. And we know she loved this job. She really did. Thank you.
I loved my sister, and she always talked about how she loved working with the library and the co-workers. And, we're going to continue to celebrate her life. I know it's hard for us, but I do want to say mental illness is real. Rockland County needs to put more dollars and steps into help the people who come to the library for shelter, because I feel like this is a serious situation, and I work in the mental health field, and I feel like Rockland County is lacking of mental services for client people and shelters. We need help. My sister was brutally murdered, doing her job. So how do we move forward from this? How do we move forward from this? Sometimes it takes a tragedy to do better and move forward. And I'm not angry at anyone. I just want to celebrate my sister's life, but I'm not happy the way she was gutted. May God be with you all here. We really appreciate you guys. But please do something about mental illness in Rockland County. There's no services. I'm begging you, please. Thank you.
Sandra, loving sister. Words can't express how we all feel right now. I'm in shock still, even when I first heard it, even when I went to the hospital. Just unimaginable. Sandra, a very fun-loving person, always had a smile. Every time I came here to visit her, she always had a smile. She really told me she really loved working here. No stress, stress-free place. She will be missed, is missed. Just really can't explain, but we do have to do better, and we will celebrate our life. That's all I have to say.
Sandra Wilson, my aunt. It's really hard for me to just sit here because it's really disturbing. But one thing I'd like to say is my aunt's smile is one of those smiles that's very unforgettable. So when I think of the time I last saw her in the library, it hits me a little bit differently. And knowing that that's the last time and the place to have that last conversation, it bothers me. This little hole that's just empty. And I'm just still shocked. It doesn't seem real. This is not one of the stories that you would hear coming from a place like this. I'm at a loss of words. I don't really know what else to say. I love my aunt, and hopefully we could just continue as a family to celebrate her life.
us a favor and just identify yourself right in a row.
Marvin Hayward.
Ronnie Wilson.
Frank Wilson.
Frank Wilson.
And we'd just like to say, earlier today, I met with the Board of Trustees here at the Finkelstein Library. I'm Senator David Carlucci, and we stand committed, the state of New York, to make sure that our library has the resources it needs to protect itself, to make sure that our patrons and our staff feel safe and protected. The Finkelstein Library has always been a place where anyone could come seeking shelter from the cold, from the heat, using the opportunity to better themselves. And we want to make sure, and the staff is committed, the board of directors is committed, and our local government and state government is committed to making sure that the Finkelstein Library, when it opens its doors again on the 24th, that it will be a bright place, a place that is safe, and everyone will feel welcome. We have a lot of work to do to make sure, like was said, that we have the right services and that we give the staff the tools that they need to make sure that they can protect themselves and feel safe as possible. I'm joined by Assemblywoman Ellen Jaffe, who stands with us together, committed to making sure we have the resources in place to make sure that the services that have been here for decades will continue for decades to come. Assemblywoman?
Thank you. I'm truly saddened, deeply saddened, to have heard about the loss of Sandra Wilson, who was a security guard in Finkelstein Library here. It was devastating and caused her death today. We're just coming together to stand together and focus on what had happened, and with the family, we're so sorry for your loss and this horror. Finkelstein Library is a gathering place, so much for our community, our extraordinary diverse community. It's a place where children and families from across the town of Ramapo come here, they read, they participate in the community programs. No one should feel unsafe in their local libraries. I fully support the efforts by law enforcement to investigate exactly how this evolved and work with my colleague, Senator Carlucci, to really move forward to provide additional assistance for the library and all the libraries. The family of Sandra Wilson, I stand with you in the greater Finkelstein community during this difficult time. My heart is with you. Like every employee of Finkelstein, I know Sandra was beloved. She was really, truly beloved by her colleagues and parents and patrons, and she certainly will be missed. My thoughts and prayers are with you. My heart is with you. So sorry for your loss.
I'm Philip Shoskin. I'm a county legislator. My district abuts this district. My wife happens to be one of the trustees of the library, so I get here fairly often. Sandra, your aunt, your sister, your mother, was a very friendly person. When you walked in, you could feel the warmth that she extended. She will be missed. On the county level, we are spending many, many thousands, in fact, millions of dollars to try and help solve the problems of mental health within our county. Unfortunately, there's too much around, and we don't have enough help, number one. We don't have enough money, but we're trying our best. When it comes to the library, this is a place of learning. You've got people of all colors, all races coming here, and everybody's very friendly. The young men who helped were learning on the computer. They dropped what they were doing and they successfully captured the man, the perpetrator of this crime. And it was a crime. Let's hope that we can do more. I can tell you from my experience with the other two knifing incidents that we had in the county, which were in my district, which took place not too far from here. We had the cooperation of all the police forces in the area. It's Ramapo, Spring Valley, Clarkstown, the FBI, and the state police. Living in the area, I see all of these enforcement vehicles going by my home periodically. So be assured that we are doing as much as we can locally. Luckily, we live in an open society. Everybody has the freedom to come and go as they want. Unfortunately, there are a few people who take advantage of this, as we had in this case. Let's hope that we don't have any more incidents like this. To Sandra Wilson and her family, our thoughts and prayers are with you at this time. And if there's anything that we can do on the county level, in addition to what the state is going to be doing through our representatives who are here with us today, just call upon us. We will do whatever we can. And to the patrons of the library, you keep coming. You bring your children here, and they'll learn. For reading, they know how to learn with people. Let's hope with God's help, we'll overcome this. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
With that, if anyone has any questions.
I heard the relatives speak about possibly metal detectors and security. Is security being looked at differently now, and are plans being put in place?
Yeah, we've been working with the library board, and we're going to be doing everything we can to find the best practices, because obviously our first reaction is we want to make sure we have the tightest security. But we're going to be looking to other libraries to develop best practices to make sure that the money that we invest in the library is well spent. And we want to make sure we have the appropriate training for our staff here, that they know and they feel comfortable in how to react in certain situations. We've got a tremendous dedicated staff here at the Finkelstein Library. This is the busiest library in the county. It's used every day. Thousands of books are taken out of here every week. And so we want to make sure that the right protocols are in place. We've been looking on a state level to increase security in our schools, in our targets, places of worship. And we also want to make sure that added security is put to our libraries. As we're investing in our schools to keep them safe, we have to remember that our libraries, anyone can walk in and out. You might have never seen them before, and they can be entering the library. And we want to make sure that that continues. So we have to make sure that the security that's being put in place is being done on the right level. We've already invested throughout the town and the village here on license plate readers and other types of cameras, and those are going up as we speak. And strategically coordinating with the library, we're going to make sure that the license plate readers are in strategic spots so that we can identify basically everyone driving, parking, coming in and out of the library.
Could someone from the library just give a definitive account of what exactly happened? Because I feel like I've heard mixed things, and it would be nice just to set the record straight on the sequence of events.
We can't really speak to that. We have to just refer you to the Spring Valley Police Department.
And the DA's office has made comments saying that the attacker was disgruntled with some sort of action from Sandra. Is that true? Can you confirm that at all?
No. I mean, to our knowledge, the person was here from 10 o'clock in the morning. It's not like there was an incident directly with Sandra. In fact, to my knowledge, the Sandra that I know is someone who helped people, not a provocateur. I don't think that that is, accurate at all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.